For example, only the create alter drop means you can go with the DDL query. This is one small example. Okay, let me explain this example. I am going to create one table. The table is called for employee audit table, which having the ID and then inserted by the users informations. Okay. So I go for fetching the information from the employee audit table, the table which consists of ID column and then inserted by the username column. Okay. So here I am going to create one trigger. The trigger which is used for especially employee table. So whenever the insert event is occur. So I go for creating the trigger, create trigger. Trigger name is a TRG insert employee on employee table. So for insert event occur. See to that, I am going to declare the local variable. So this ID is a local variable. SQL Server, whenever you are going to create any local variable, use the declare keyword, allay symbol of the variable and then data types. Similar, I am going to using the ID which is getting from the inserted by the particular user. Okay. So after that, whenever the insert is occur, so I want to insert the information of the ID along with the original login. Okay. So after that, just see the insert, just show the print message, insert trigger executed successfully. Okay. Let me go for execute the trigger first. Whenever you can go for creating any trigger, the trigger will be there in the trigger database. Okay, see to that where it is tables. Okay, employee table. See the trigger? The trigger is there. Okay, so now I am going to try to insert the information. Whenever I insert any informations, okay, 1 minute, employee. Okay, 1 minute. Let me. Employee table is there. Okay, 1 minute. Column, let me check with the column. ID, name, and then salary, sorry. Okay. See, one row is affected and then trigger execute. This information is executed. Okay. So now I go for selecting the information. The information is available. Okay. So when I go for fetching, already information is available. New information also, which is I added is there. Okay. Now I go for checking the audit table. This audit table, see, which consists of 101. This user, actually this is a user, which is try to insert information on the employee table. So I can able to monitor who insert new information on the employee table. So that's, we can use the trigger like this. We can monitoring purpose as well. Okay, so whenever any event is occur, if you want to add any triggers means you can go for apply the triggers. So original login is getting from your login details. So similar, if you want to add one more details to, you can go for a insert. So now you can see another person's 102 is a user ID that is inserted by from this particular user. So you can use. Suppose if anybody delete any information means so you can able to create the trigger for delete purpose as well, update purpose as well. So you can internally monitoring your changes. For example, I go for deleting the information. 01th user. So here I'm not creating any, there is a trigger for a deleted information, so it won't display. If you add, you can able to display. And let me share this coding to you first, and then we'll try together. You can drop in the trigger, you can alter the trigger. 1 minute. So I will explain the concept first, then you can try for your side one by one. Okay, let me explain this one. So this trigger, especially, I restrict the people to insert information to the employee table. So far, I can able to insert the employee's informations. But what I'm going to do means I give the restriction to the unauthorized persons to control the insertion operations. So this rollback means like a undo operation. Okay. So for example, if I run the transaction will be appear on your database. But I don't want the transaction. I want to do undo the transaction. So I use the rollback keyword. Okay. So let me go for creating one trigger for restrict the insertion operation to employee table. So that's why I'm going to create the trigger here. The trigger is on the employee table. So restriction is a insert operations. So if whenever insert operation is occur means the insert operations won't be reflected your database. So I roll back the transaction and then print the information to the customer, to the persons. That is why you do not have the permissions to do the insert operations. So it always inform whenever insert operation is there. Okay. So let me try to insert the information to the employee table 104. So that is a Hadri information. See, I try to insert, but the system won't allow to insert the information. It shows you do not have a permission to insert this table. Please contact your admin. So I restrict the people to insert the information to employee table. So that is used for trigger as well. So I define the rules for the data manipulations queries. Similar, there is a one more operation, delete a restriction. So whenever I try to delete any operations, no, so the system won't allow to delete the information. See, I try to delete, but the system won't allow you. Please contact the admin to deletion operations. Similar update operations. If I create the update restrictions means you couldn't able to update the basic salary. Anything, not only basic salary. So you couldn't update the salary. Okay, so here EMP salary, EMP, EMP salary, which is equal to, for example, 2,900. Employee ID is equal to 1. Okay, so just to see, I try to update, but the system won't update, allow to update you. So like that, you can restrict using the, that is a triggers concept. Even if you want to delete any triggers means you can go for using the drop triggers. Okay, so let me refresh. And then see, there are 3 triggers there: insert employee, insert role. Shortcut means right click and then go for delete. So otherwise, through the query only, you can able to delete. Okay, so drop trigger and then trigger name. Okay, so even you can, you want the trigger, but you, at the moment, you cannot use means, you can disable the triggers as well, using the disable triggers. So trigger is available, but you disable the trigger. Similar, trigger is available, you can enable the triggers. Okay, so these are the operations which is performed on the triggers. So these all the operation. For example, I make this table. This table, which is restrict for insert, delete, update, all the 3 DMLs means you can able to give like this. So once you trigger is, unless the trigger is there, you couldn't able to do anything on the particular table. Some security purpose, the admin may be that is not giving the permission to the unknown customers to insert, delete, update as well. So similar, this is operations, DML operations, like DDL also is available. I can restrict the create table permission on my database. That's a create table. Similar, you can alter table also, you restrict. Similar, you can drop table also, you can able to restrict. Otherwise, you restrict, create, drop, alter all the queries in the particular database. Now, if you see like this means the database allowed only for the admin, not for unauthorized persons to delete or update or modify or create. So some safety purpose they can use it. Okay, so you can create multiple triggers for the particular table as well. So this is a example for triggers operations, as especially for example, whenever the transaction is occur means implicitly the trigger will be automatically called. Yes. So please try for your side to run the triggers. If you have any question, let me know.
We need the employee table.
Not only employee table, you apply for some other table as well.
I know, but we cannot run this code without employee table.
Okay, you have already table is available in your database, no?
Okay, so I'll just use that one.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
You try for any one of the table.
Okay.
Yes. If you try means you can give the table name is the table name. So after lunch, we'll discuss for stored procedure and then function concept. That's it for your SQL Server concept. You can apply SQL and Server as well, data analysis purpose. Okay, but here we can able to fetch only the text data only, text data analysis only. Cannot do the visualization part. If you go for visualization part, so you can go with either Python, otherwise Excel, otherwise Power BI, otherwise Tableau, like this only.